Are you a cat adventurer looking for a deeper and more meaningful bond with your cat? New cat enrichment ideas and activities, encouragement and inspiration to get out there, go new places, and try new things, and the support of a worldwide community of cat lovers from all walks of life? Join KittyCatGO Trailblazers and you'll find all these things and more. KittyCatGO Trailblazers is a community of cats and humans from all over the world who are ready and waiting to support and encourage you on your cat adventure journey. You'll get access to monthly challenges and activities designed to give you fresh ideas of things to do and new ways to explore with your cat, both indoors and outdoors. You'll also be able to connect face-to-face with other community members during our monthly Zoom chats. There's even a private Trailblazers podcast to listen to for more cat adventure training and enrichment tips. Trailblazers is made up of cat adventurers of all experience levels who are all ready to share in your victories and struggles and to help you and your cat reach your goals. You'll find yourself right at home amongst your tribe. Learn more at kittycatgo.com/trailblazers. Welcome to the KittyCatGO Adventure Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Hall, certified cat trainer and cat adventure enthusiast. Whether you're a seasoned explorer just starting to leash train your cat, or haven't even begun your adventure journey yet, you're in the right place. Here on the show, we dive into anything and everything cat adventure, travel, training, and enrichment, with a mix of solo episodes as well as guest expert interviews. From indoor activities to backyard escapades to hiking, backpacking, and kayaking, no adventure is too big or too small. Get ready to be inspired, learn something new, and unleash your cat's adventurous spirit. Let's go! Today's episode is something a little different. Instead of my usual guest interviews or solo tips, I've handed the mic over to members of the KittyCatGO Trailblazers community. I asked them to share something they wish they had known when they first started training and adventuring with their cats, or a lesson they might have learned the hard way, and they delivered. You'll hear from a handful of them as they share their insights, experiences, and reflections, all in their own voices. Whether you're just getting started or you've been at this a while, there's something here for all of us to learn from. So as you listen, think about it. What's something you wish you had known? What lessons have shaped your own cat adventure journey?
Hi, I'm Tasha. My adventure cats are Keela and Kuma. You can follow us at Keela_Kuma_adventure_kitties on Instagram. Before Keela and Kuma came into my life, I had been following several adventure cats on social media and had this grand idea about what life with an adventure cat would be like. I did have to rework that vision when we started adventuring for a few reasons. One is where we live in rural Missouri. There are not as many pet-friendly, cat-friendly restaurants or stores in our area as I had thought there would be. Another main reason we had to rework what adventuring life would be was realizing the type of adventures that Kuma and Keela prefer are not what I had originally pictured. They prefer to be out on the trail with no one around to walking around town surrounded by people everywhere. We have adjusted. We choose trails that aren't as popular, go to places like Home Depot during less busy times, or just spend time in our own yard. Letting go of that false image of what adventure cat life was like and living adventure life that Keela and Kuma prefer has been the best experience.
Hi, this is Jim. I'm the cat dad for Adami and Angel. This is in response to the topic of something I wish I knew when we first started harness training or taking our cats out for adventures. Our previous cat, Brabanta, loved walking on trail. And the one thing I learned was you have to be prepared for anything. He was a great cat to walk, but spontaneously one time, he jumped up on a tree covered in poison ivy vines, and it just absolutely freaked me out. It was just a little bit too loose on the leash, and he was able to do that. We got cleaned up and didn't get poison ivy, but be prepared.
Poison ivy, yikes. No fun for sure. Jim's so right, though. Be prepared for anything. Expect the unexpected. Reminds me of a time that my husband Bobby and I were not prepared and learned a very important adventuring lesson the hard way. We were hiking with our cat Castor, who is no longer with us, and he was having a great time. This was, at least 10 years ago. Before cat adventuring was really a thing, and definitely before backpack carriers were a thing. So anyway, we had Castor out on the trail. He was enjoying himself. We got about a mile down the trail, and then he decided he was done. He had had enough, and he wasn't going to walk anymore. And we did not have a backpack to put him in. We used treats and tried to coax him back to the car, but he wasn't having it. He also didn't want to be picked up, so we were in quite a pickle, stuck in the woods about a mile from the car with a cat who doesn't want to walk and who also doesn't want to be picked up. We were left with no choice but to grab him and go. And let's just say that carrying an angry, growling cat down a hiking trail back to the car is not a pleasant experience. Do not recommend. So that day, we learned the importance of having a backpack or stroller. Which leads into another piece of advice from Trailblazers member Louisa and her cat Antiope. Louisa says, create a safe space on the go for your kitty. For many people, that's a backpack, and often the backpack has a window for the cat to look out of. This is great, but remember that cats also appreciate hiding spots. So it would be even better if they have a backpack where they can feel covered if for some reason they would like to be. Also, one of the things we've been careful about, because a lot of people get excited about seeing an adventure cat, is that we don't allow others to reach into the backpack to pet Antiope. We say if she is feeling sociable, she will peek out or come out of the backpack. Otherwise, we respect her personal space. I think this has been really helpful in making sure Antiope feels safe and autonomous on our adventures.
This is Terry. My husband and I are guardians of 2 Abyssinian cats named Angel and Adami. And something that I think Jim and I both wish we had known when we first started to take our cats outdoors on adventures was that they're not dogs. It doesn't matter what harness you use or what kind of leash you have, actually. It's most important to realize that cats aren't going to react like dogs, and you can't tether them out. I can remember our one cat, Brabonto. I thought, okay, like my dog when I was a kid, I'm going to put the leash on a clothesline. We had a long clothesline, a huge backyard, and his initial response was, when he felt that tension, was to pull away from the leash, not to pull with it from behind, but to start backing out of the harness. And when you're not holding on to the leash, that is when a cat will be able to slip its harness. No matter which harness it is, what style, they start contorting their shoulder blades and backing out of it you get to see Houdini in action. So, yeah, of course, there's a lot of techniques for walking a cat outside and making sure the tension is correct. But the thing I wish I knew initially was you can't tether a cat out like a dog. So you really need to have your hand on the leash at all times. You can follow us on Blue Sky at True Indigo, all one word, at trueindigo.bsky.social.
My name is Lily, and my cat's name is Phoebe. She's 10 months old, and we've been adventure cat training ever since we got her at, I think, about 5 months old, 4 or 5 months. I would say I don't have any specific advice, but just to not get frustrated when you're not hitting a milestone, because I can't tell you how many times I would be training and feel like, oh, Phoebe's never going to do this, and then 2 days later, she does it out of the blue. You might feel like you're doing things over and over and they're not sinking in, but they are. And just keep being patient, and your cat will surprise you out of the blue and do something that you never thought they would do. I also had a 16-year-old cat that passed last year, and She started wanting to adventure at 16. I don't know if she was delusional or what, but she started wanting to explore and travel and seemed like she was really happy. So it's also never too late. You don't have to have a kitten to do these things. If you want to follow Phoebe and I's adventures on Instagram, she is Phoebe the Wander Cat, Wander. Good luck adventuring, everybody, and have fun.
As someone who also had a cat decide later in life that he wanted to be an adventurer, I love that you had that experience too, Lily. My Samson was 10, and I swear he just woke up one morning and decided, hey, I want to go outside. And so we did. It really never is too late. Our final piece of advice comes from Trailblazers member Lori and her cat Kosha.
In thinking back about what I wish I knew from the get-go, I guess I would put it as being able to trust your cat and realizing what your cat's telling you, and then how to adjust things based on the feedback you're getting from your cat. I find both in training and harness leash walking or training as well, that you learn a lot about your cat, and you learn really to watch your cat closely. And cats have such subtle ways of communicating. And with the harness, I struggled with one for over a year, and I did so for so long because I believed that that's the one that was the best for her to use. And in a safety standpoint, perhaps that's true, but it just wasn't working out for her. And I struggled, and she struggled, and she was telling me in all the ways that she could that it just wasn't working out. And when I finally said, okay, let's make the change and change to the new harness, it's just been so different, and she's been enjoying it so much, and it's been fun to see her going out there as she works through her fears and her excitement at what she's seeing, and it's just made all the difference. So the ability to really recognize what your cat's telling you, I think, is something to really be aware of. It's great having this community, the Trailblazers community, and being able to have that support and being able to have people that you can learn from and ask questions from. That is so amazing, and I'm really glad that I'm part of this community, and thank you so much for having this community. It's helped me learn so much and to think about what could be possible. Not that you're going to see Kosha and I kayaking at any time, but ever since I started training her, it was always, could she do that? And then she always surprises me with what she's done and how far she goes, and it's made such a difference in her life, all the things that she's learned. And now this is just another chapter of being able to offer her more enrichment by her going outside, even if we don't go beyond our yard. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Lori, and everyone who shared their story for this episode. Lori's right. The Trailblazers community really is something special. If this episode resonated with you and you're looking for a supportive, inspiring group of fellow cat adventurers, come see what we're all about. In Trailblazers, we share enrichment activities, participate in monthly challenges, host twice monthly Zoom chats, and cheer each other on every step of the way. Whether you have questions, want to celebrate a win, or just need encouragement, we've got your back. I'd love for you to join us. Visit kittycatgo.com/trailblazers to learn more and get started. Are you enjoying the Kitty Cat Go Adventure Podcast? Let me know by leaving a review on your preferred podcast platform. This will help others find the show and hopefully be inspired to get out there, try new things, and go new places with their cat. And as always, you can find the show notes, including all links and resources discussed in this episode, at kittycatgo.com/podcast. Until next time, happy adventuring.